Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking over some of the Easter eggs you might have missed in between all that demon slaying with Dante.
Time to finish this, Vergil. Once and for all.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Numbers of the Beast.
Don't bet on it.
Given how hard some of the cutscenes go in Devil May Cry 3, you wouldn't expect there to be any hidden treats buried in plain sight, but true fans know differently. Before the start of every mission, during the opening cinematic, there is a number hidden in one of the scenes. Said number corresponds to which mission you're undertaking. For example, you'll find the number 1 imprinted on a pizza box right before the first level, and so on and so forth. It's a silly gag, but we've grown to love it. Anime references.
Listen, Dante, she may be a kid, but, oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. But the young lady standing before you is not just any girl.
Netflix wasn't the first to bring the famous Devil Hunter to the small screen. Hell, Devil May Cry even had its own manga at one point. Apparently there's still a lot of love for these ventures, since a few of them found their way into Devil May Cry 5 in the form of cameos. Most prominently is the likes of Morrison. Sure, he's gone through a bit of a redesign, but he's still a collaborator and ally to Dante's exploits. How about the girl that calls Dante at the start of the game? That's Patty, a young girl he saved during the anime, who is now desperate to tell him she's 18. Infer from that what you will.
I hope I'm not bothering you.
You're not bothering me, but I can't promise that you'll live long.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Lucia who?
I'm happy if I can die like a human.
No. Devils never cry.
When you think of the great female characters dotted around the DMC franchise, who comes to mind? Trish, with her dark soul that Dante wanted to fill with light? Lady, with her titanic cannons and quest for vengeance? Nico, the Southern Belle and genius engineer who stole all our hearts on arrival? What do all these lethal ladies have in common? They aren't Lucia. Try as she might, this wayward warrior from Devil May Cry 2 just couldn't cut the mustard. And the only real reference we have to remember her by is a bullet casing left behind from one of Lady's guns. Guess that's the franchise's way of saying she's fired.
You must not worry, my dear. I am sure that he will return.
V's taunts.
Thus endeth your requiem.
Everyone's favourite goth boy has 3 major staples to his name. That classic emo hair, his cane, as well as his beloved book, which contain various poems and short stories by the legendary William Blake. But if we're being honest, we much prefer when he starts performing show tunes and opera. Yep, if you cycle through V's taunts, eventually he'll stop with the doom and gloom, and start dancing around to Singing in the Rain, or even a rendition of Ride of the Valkyries. The best part? The iconic music starts playing in the background. Maybe V missed his true calling in life. Finding the Kalina Ann.
I'll take care of him.
Lady's weapons of choice are so bombastically destructive it would be a damn shame to just leave them to gather dust. Well, for the eagle-eyed among you, there's every chance for you to snag it for yourself and put it to good use. While exploring the ruins in Mission 11, so long as you slice apart the various demonic roots that have infested it, the way will open up for you to find a side room containing Lady's rocket launcher. Do this, and after you're automatically given a second one in Mission 18, you'll unlock the double Kalina Ann. 2 bazookas for the price of 1, and an absolute joy to unleash in battle. Live action cutscenes. It is a crime that these were not unlockable given how hilarious its mere existence is, but we figured it was still worth spreading the gospel. Only available in the deluxe edition or behind a deluxe upgrade, buried in the options menu, you'll find the option to switch the cutscenes to live action. And yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. Every cutscene is performed by the development team before being rendered into animation, and it plays out like a home movie with a bunch of theatre kids using every prop imaginable. This should honestly be a mandatory inclusion for all games going forward. Nico's daddy.
How can there be such a difference between us?
You surrendered your humanity. It's that simple.
Who doesn't love Nico? She's sassy, effortlessly sexy, and best of all, she knows how to forge weapons of mass destruction in the back of a van. Apparently, it's a family trait. Given the hints layered throughout her interactions with Nero, it's easy to piece together that her father is none other than Agnes, one of the major villains from Devil May Cry 4. A mad scientist, raised in Fortuna, killed by Dante, it all lines up. We're just thankful Nico didn't follow in that weasel's footsteps, or inherit any of his insectoid qualities.
So, tell me,
Tell you what.
how does it feel to be rescuing the guy that killed your father?
Hey, I'm glad we're getting personal.
These familiars. For longtime DMC fans, this was the most open of secrets. Towards the end of the game, following the revelation about V's true identity, Dante is forced to battle against the 3 summons that V, and by extension the player, has been using for the entire game. Turns out that they're all based on bosses and enemies previously encountered in the first Devil May Cry game. The names are a dead giveaway, especially with the likes of Griffin and Nightmare being so iconic to old school gamers.
Should have known better. You got a good heart, but you're about as sharp as a marble.
Street Fighter 2. Now this is a real blink and you'll miss it moment. While this divisive reimagining was very much Ninja Theory's take on the lore of Dante, they still wanted to have a few homages to publisher and creator Capcom. During the battle with the first boss in the first mission, amidst the carnage you'll be able to spot an arcade machine, somehow still operational. Angle the camera just right and you'll see it's none other than Street Fighter 2 flashing on screen. The world may be ending, but at least we can still keep tossing Hadokens to our heart's content.
Not in a million years.
Sparda what?
Well, what do we have here? Nature calls? It's in the back.
For those of you that love to drink in every detail of a level's design, there are more than a few callbacks to previous DMC games woven into the framework of Devil May Cry 5, if your eyes are keen enough to catch them. 2 of the most uproarious are advertisements for Sparda Express and Bale the Butcher. Sparda, obviously being Dante and Vergil's father and an infamous demon in his own right, while Bale is a frost frog boss that was soundly defeated back in Devil May Cry 4. What, did they reincarnate and become legitimate businessmen?
That's exactly what I think.
Which DMC Easter egg did you manage to sniff out without a guide? Let us know in the comments.